Alright guys, welcome back to another recap. Let me pull up my trader view so you guys can see my profit. I'm at a scratch today, but today feels like a win. Scratch day negative $90 on the day, but I was down probably $800, $900 on the day, so I definitely came back and just, I wasn't looking for a green day. I wasn't looking for a great break-even trade or a break-even day, but I saw some momentum. Finally, we got something moving. And I'm glad that did, because that completely turned my day around, and I was able to go from being down $800, $900 to a break-even day. So I'm going to go over those trades. If you guys are new to this channel, first of all, thank you guys for clicking on the videos. Welcome to my channel. I do these recaps every single day, so I explain every trade that I took, why I took them, where I stopped out, what I was looking for, all that stuff. And I also stream live every single day, completely free, right here on YouTube. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell, and you should be able to watch me trade live every single day with the 100, 150 people that come trade live with me. 15 minutes before market opens, Monday through Friday. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And if you guys like this recap, please hit the thumbs up. Please leave some comments down below. Push it to more people. More people can learn and trade live with us as well. So I'm going to go over my trades now. For the first day since I started trading Tesla, and I don't know why my trader view doesn't like Tesla. Like, you look at this and you're like, oh my gosh, you're actually green. This day you're actually up, 150. No, I'm up 400 yesterday, and then Monday I was down 5. Well, this one doesn't work, but this day, up 200. But it's not counting Tesla. The P&L counts Tesla. The charge is not counting. But Tesla made 150 on it that first day, 270 the next day. Tesla this day I made another 230 on it, and today finally gave some profit back. So I'm still green overall trading Tesla, but I definitely gave some profit back today. But this is the reason why I went red today, was Tesla. And Tesla was also down, I think, $600 on Tesla, and I caught a very nice short at the end. And also, I pointed out a perfect, literally, I called out 230 on Tesla before the morning opened. So I'll explain that in a second. So I guess I'm gonna go over. Let me go over the penny stocks first. The big one, EPIX, which is probably what a lot of people are gonna want to see. EPIX. I'll go over FGRT and EDU, and then I'll touch on Tesla at the very end. So EPIX. Here's my trades. This is a stock that the beginning of the day I was kind of frustrated. I tried trading this thing and I couldn't buy it, and I wanted a little pullback on this one. Literally these 2-minute flags right here, I would have bought 5-10k shares right there. Ended up working out, but I obviously wouldn't have held to this whole move. That would have been impossible. But I couldn't buy it for some reason. It was untradeable on Thinkorswim, and I don't know how. Like, literally later on in the day, I was watching the stock, and out of nowhere, I was like, dude, I can't trade this stock now. Of course, this is a stock that ends up running. I just can't trade it. And I just go, look, watch. Boom, click the buy button. And it was this high candle, like right here, like break of $3 high candle. And that was a joke, it was a joke. I was like, look, I can't buy it. Click. And then it goes, cha-ching. I'm like, holy crap, I got filled. I'm like, what just happened? I got filled, and somehow I either made a little bit of money or lost a little bit of money on that trade. I think I might have closed it out out of panic. I was like, oh, I didn't know I could actually trade it. And then at that point, I was like, oh, it's game on. I can trade this thing, And so at that point, I started actively trading it. I was looking for a tiny more of a pullback here, looking for the break of 3. But I did a good job at snatching this kind of lows here. So these kind of lows right here on this stock is 293, 94, 95. And I took a big position size right there at 95. So 5k shares, 95, right under 3. And this is the trade that, all morning, all week long, we haven't seen any momentum. And, I was like, if this thing pops, I'm right on the day. I need to get some profit, and I need to decrease my profit and just take it, And I was up $500-600 on that trade right there. And I took it, and so I instantly just went boom, $600 on the stock, and now I was literally went from negative $800 on the day, $900 on the day, to barely green. But I wasn't thinking about my profit. I was like, this stock has volume, I'm trading it. And so I got the lows here. Tried it several times. So tried it there, 95 again. Tried it here again, 99. Had a higher fill. It looks like I closed that one out. And then finally that big one, boom, explodes. Get that trade, nice. I go up $600 on this ticker, and then kind of flags again. And at this point, this one's a new stock that had no previous highs. And so I had to go back and look at the daily chart a couple months back for some of these resistances. And somehow they ended up working pretty nice. I mean, some of these I was calling out from the daily and ended up working out pretty nice on the 1-minute chart here. But 330 was another one. 330 was a pretty strong resistance. kind of was buying on this pullback here. Now this is kind of putting in another leg. I wouldn't have seen this coming like that. So to me, this looks kind of extended. So I took a smaller ad there at 322, and bam, get that nice breakout there. But it looks like I barely got any profit there. So it broke out on me in either I stopped out early or I stopped out on the way down. Again, kind of flags down here, and took a trade there, 228, sold 30, 34, 35. Nice little trade there. Didn't quite open up. This would have been one that I'm, sorry, my camera keeps wobbling. I keep moving my desk. This is one that I would have taken down here again like I did. Took that flag perfectly and then wanted a new high of day, which kind of got stuffed there, double topped here and started pulling back down, so I got my last runners out of there. But that was a good trade. And I think up through here, I was now up, I think maybe 700, close to $800. I think I saw at one point. No, I was up. Yeah, maybe. I don't remember. I do have all my live streams every single morning, so if you don't want to watch me trade live, you can always go back and watch my trades live afterwards, and you can see everything that I took. I keep moving. Sorry, my back has been killing me. And then this thing pops up. Break a downtrend again. I have this here. Breaks the downtrend, kind of not flags, but micro pullback right over it. I take that trade there, pulls up to 350, and I'm looking for the break of 355, new high of day. Pulls up, breaks the new high of day, pulls down to 350, which is right here, and then I took a big ad there, like 5K shares. 5K shares, and it started bouncing. And at this bounce, I was just looking for a small micro pullback, boom, ripped through highs. And at this point, it bounced a tiny bit, and I was already up $1,000 on the trade. I looked to my right real quick, briefly, and I was up 900 and something on the trade. I was like, if this thing explodes right here, this is going to be good. And kind of got stuck right away, and I was like, I can't do that. Boom. Sold my 5,000 shares that I had just re-added. And I think I was in with 500 shares at this time because I took 1,500, sold 1,000 there, and then I re-entered with 5,000, sold them. So I still had the initial 500, and then I actually placed another buy order for 2,500. So it kind of dipped a tiny bit, and I was like, maybe this is just going to do a 1-2 minute pullback. Let me get another dip on here with 2,500 shares, and then catch the rip after holding 350 back up to highs. And that is the one that killed me. I was up 900, almost $1,000 on this ticker here, and after I purchased those 2,500 shares, this thing ended up completely flushing down on me. I stopped out real fast on this thing, so my exits were mostly 347. So I lost, less than 5 cents for sure when this thing dropped like 20 cents, almost 30 cents. So I stopped that real quick. When I see those things not wanting to go, not wanting to bounce, not wanting to hold 350, I'm out, and I did a very good job there because I took a loss, $200, $300. I think I went back down to maybe $400, $500 on the name, and but I stopped out real fast. And then same thing happened here. I was up 450 on the ticker here. And then it starts curling back up, back 350, holding 350. That's where I'm placing my trades, 349. I get into a winning trade here, pops up, breaks a new high of day. Again, I went from $400 on the ticker to back up again, 700, 800 at the top of this peak. And I was like, surely enough, we tried it once, flush. We tried twice, flush. We tried 3 times. This has got to go. This is going to take off to $4, $3.8, $3.9, $4, something crazy, halt, whatever. And didn't sell. Now it didn't sell, but this is my luck, every time I don't sell here and here, it flushes. And the one time I sold early here, it ripped, 5,000 shares, sold $700, no profit. 5,000 shares, $1,000 profit, don't sell, boom, loss. Again here, $400 profit, don't sell, boom, loss, And so this was pretty much another scratch even trade, I think. Thought it was. Yeah. Oh, I did sell a little bit. Okay, so yeah, it was. So I bought 350 and I sold at the top, and then I sold lower, which also stopped out very fast on this flush here. Stopped out at 37, which is kind of right here, but then this thing still dropped another 10 cents after that, so I definitely saved a little bit of money there. If I see that thing flushing, I kind of wanted a little bit of a flag here and see if it gets that next attempt, but the second I saw that thing flushing, I got out of that trade there too. Then this was pretty much break even after all that, because after that trade I was still up $445 or something like that. So literally everything after that, all of this was break even. And at this point, stock is up high. It's way too high on the day. Like, it's getting super risky. And I had just brought myself back down to being $90 on the day break even. So at this point, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna risk it. I lost my chance. I had several moves in here. I had this flag here, which I'll explain this one here. At this point, I'm not going to trade it. So you can see I'm trading 7,500, 1,500, 2,500, 5,000, 4,000, 5,000 shares. And at this point, I'm like, I don't want this thing anymore. 500 shares, 500 shares, 500 shares. I'm making or losing 10, 15, 20 bucks per trade. And so at that point, I wasn't that interested. But this flag right here is the one that, I wouldn't have expected this. But I almost caught a very nice trade. So this thing, kind of holds these lows. And then boom, this candle right here tells me, oh my gosh, buyers are still in the stock. Buyers are still, for one, held all these lows, and two, after two flushes, this thing cannot fade, and it's popping right back up. Buyers are in. And look at this. I take the low of this candle here, 337 candle. The low of those candles are 36. Take my profit, 38, 2 pennies per share, 39, 3 pennies per profit. And then again, pops right back up. I take an ad there. This one I probably wouldn't have held through. I should have bought down here. But this one right here, even 1500s, which is still this lowest shares I've taken all morning. And I caught it right on that red candle there at 342, and I stopped out, and literally a minute later, I stopped out, and less than a minute later, this goes from 3.4 all the way up to 4, rips 60 cents. 60 cents. Had 1,500 shares. That right there was a 1K winner. On top of the 400, 500 that I was already on. So I definitely missed that. Unfortunate to see. And at this point, I was like, you know what? This is how I break the stock, right? Let me show you. So sellers are pretty heavy on this thing, right? Sellers are really heavy on this thing through this zone, right? If you're a short seller, you sold here, you sold here, you short it here, here, there, maybe short it through this area here, and then this thing just rips 60 cents on you. What are you gonna do? You're gonna buy, and that's exactly what why this thing happened. But it also went into a halt. So in my mind, I was thinking some shorts are stuck in this halt with their precision open end here. They're in the red, and at that point, I was like, I don't usually trade halt resumptions, but this market has been terrible, and I feel like a lot of shorts are trying to take advantage of this market. That I know that there's still a lot of shorts in the stock that might need to cover after this resumption. So at the resumption, I chased this thing, and I chased it there. I tried buying here, the bounce of 4, tried buying through here, and I got, what's it called, chopped out around here, because I bought, sold a little bit, caught the move there, got myself nice, and then bought again for the next leg up, thinking, shorts are still panicking. Took a loss on that trade there, so just didn't do a good job here. And then this is when I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm trading this with 500 shares, so I don't even have to go over these trades here. And at this point, volume was pretty dead on the day on the stock here. I mean, if you zoom out right here, so that's all of this area. That's the volume, and if we're breaking through highs, I would rather see this kind of volume, this kind of volume, this kind of volume here, or even this kind of volume that it finally did there, breaking through 5. But that was unfortunate. So, I mean, I guess I still traded this stock decently good. I made $400, but definitely these kind of false breakouts here definitely burned me, and that's something that I hadn't seen as much. But with this market conditions and shorts taking advantage of every stock that's popping up, I think they definitely burned a couple of buyers here, but ultimately they really got burned here, and I know a lot of shorts have probably lost a good amount of money on this one. So that was EPIX. At least I was able to trade it because I still made an extra $440 on it, and so that was good. Next trade I'll touch on real quick is FRGT. This one was kind of a quick trade that I took after stream again. Made a quick $100 on this one, so it kind of definitely helped the day out. But looking for this thing to push up, kind of broke out of this pivot here, pushed up, started flagging here. I took an ad there. These two candles had really low volume after that nice 3 candle push. So nice 3 candle push, the highest volume it had all day, and then consolidated down with 2 candles. So I was like, you know what? I took an ad there, made $100 real quick. Saw I was getting stuffed at that point, so I got my trade out of the way. The good trades on this one could have been these retests down here. So those retest that pivot from here. Look at the 5 minutes, and that would have been a good trade. So here's that top of the range, pulls up through it, pulls back down. You could have taken some ass through here and caught that nice little bounce there. But ultimately, this stock never opened up. So that's that one real quick. EDU, kind of same thing. EDU, I definitely rushed, and so therefore I paid the price on this one. But I think this one should have been a winner trade. So let me go over EDU. It was also a pretty pricey stock, so I wasn't really excited. Oh my gosh, this thing kept going. I wasn't really that interested in trading this one, but this one was a, what was this one? A 5 minute resistance, 5 minute time frame resistance. So if you see my 5 minute time frame down here, if you look back on this day, on these couple of days, you have a bunch of wicks right here, right? Kind of this 24-2 level right there. You barely see it, 24-2 level right there. And so kind of pulls down, stock is fading, and then boom, starts getting momentum, starts reclaiming these levels, and then today ripped through that 24-2 level and then pulled back right down to it. And this one I got in a little early, I'm not gonna lie. I got in on this stock up here. I was like, maybe it's taking 24-2 as a pivot, but you know what, it might be holding VWAP a little bit early and then make that next leg up out of here. And so I placed my trade there. Pulled down to 24-2, and I tried averaging down a little bit, but I didn't get the best fill. I averaged down right at VWAP again, and so now I was into a pretty big red trade. I think I was down 400 maybe on this stock. It pulls down to 24-2, but at this one I was in too high. I didn't want to close it and reposition myself at 24-2, and I didn't really want to see if 24-2 would hold, because if 24-2 didn't hold, this stock could have easily faded through this level, which is that pivot that I'm looking at on the 5 minute. And so I was kind of skeptical, kind of scared about this trade, was in too early, didn't like it anymore. And that was my mistake, you know. This, I should have waited for 24-2 here, even if it's slightly under VWAP, taking that trade there. And then, so when I was in the trade, I saw a slight bit of green candle trying to make its way back up. At that point, I was like, you know, get me out at the highest price possible before this thing flushes. And just came back down, touched 24-2 perfectly, and never looked back all day long. Look at this. This thing went from 24-2, 25-2, 26-2, 27-2, $28. And I missed out on that one. I wouldn't have held the whole way, but you know, I could have probably put a stop at break even if I got 24-2 and maybe just gotten some runners on here. So that was that one. BNGO actually rallied today. I missed out on this one. The volume was just absolutely dog water terrible. That's my favorite saying, dog water. And so I just left this one alone after that bounce didn't really go. So I left that one alone. And then Tesla. Finally, Tesla got me today. Tesla, the first day I trade Tesla that I'm actually red. And I'm decently red, $400 on this thing. Now, before market open, no, during market open, no, that's not today. Right here. When this thing was gapping up, not gapping up, pushing up today, somewhere through here, I was like, this thing has got to go up to 230. This thing is going to go up to 230, and I think 230 is going to be the top end today. Looking at the daily, that was the previous high on the daily chart. I was like, if this thing goes up to 230, there's a high chance it's going to turn around on 230, and so I want to be watching this one at 230 for a short, especially after coming out for 4 days of being green, you know, and especially this momentum. But at this point, I don't know why. I tried shorting a few ranges in here, thinking I could still get the move back down to VWAP. So I got chopped around on here. I tried a couple of break of downtrends, so like this. And I think this is the one that burned me the most right here. So let me delete this so you guys can see it. I tried this one where it was kind of flagging here and then finally made this push out of here. And at this point, I averaged into this trade right here. And I was in pretty heavy, 500 shares on this trade. I sniped the lows pretty well, and then this thing just flushed and dumped on me. That's the one that I'd lost the most on. Unfortunately, I couldn't get out in time. I caught the pretty big flush, but that was a bad trade on this one. But if you're like, why would you be taking that trade? That's not a trade that seems to be open up. I would take that trade again because watch this. If I was to readjust my downtrend like this, now there's a new downtrend right there, right? Boom, boom, breaks out of it again, pulls back down, retests that downtrend, holds the downtrend. This is exactly where I was placing my buy order here. but now it's here, and this is the one that ended up working. You know, this is the one that went from 227.5 to 28 to 28.5 to 29 to 29.5 230 230.5. You know, that's the trade that I should have taken. And at this point, I was done trading Tesla. At this one, I was down like 600 on this one, and I think this is probably around the time that that EPIX ended up coming out, and so I left this alone through that whole move. Now, I did say 230 was going to be the top, and even though I didn't take any with shares, I actually did buy some vertical put spreads on Tesla, I think for next week or 2-week expirations under 230. So I'm hoping those kind of hold up. They were up pretty good because I'm kind of shorting Tesla, or I am shorting Tesla with options. And so I placed some option trades, I think when the stock was right here. But the shares, I didn't get a chance to short her up at 230, which that was what I was calling out all day. But I did catch this nice little short here. So Tesla, following the biggest uptrend on the day, after rejecting 230 several times, breaks this downtrend, comes back up, retests this downtrend, and that is where I placed my trade to go short on Tesla. And I got a very nice short. You know, I shorted it up here. Started getting the move in my favor. Unfortunately, I didn't hit that big 400, 500 shares that I took out here. So over here I had 100, 100, 100, 200, so 500 shares. Over here I only took 300 shares short, but I did a very good job of following this one down. So 300 short there, boom, 100, sold 100, sold 50, sold 10, sold 40 here. So I did a very nice job catching that move down there, and I think that brought me down from being down 600 on the stock to being down 400 on the stock here as well. And that was it. I left this one alone. This thing had a very nice fade again, and then kind of a nice bounce, but this would have been a nice fade again. After it comes back up, retest that 230. You know, that 230 strong. So could have shorted there again. Could have drawn another trend line here. Waited for that break. You see, there it is. Waited for the break. Waited for the retest there. And then, boom, caught the very nice short again. But I missed out on that one, and that's okay. And, you know, I don't feel upset about today. Only down 90 bucks. That's something I can make back in easily one trade or something like that. But I'm just hoping we get some momentum, kind of like EPIX tomorrow, and hopefully the market turns around a little bit. But yeah, that's it for this recap, guys. Where am I at? 20 minutes. So if you guys made it to the end again, thank you guys for watching. Hit the thumbs up on the video. Leave some comments down below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow doing the live trading sessions 15 minutes before market opens. You guys have a good rest of your day.